This is the Chevrolet Bolt, and there are three important things you need to know about it. It's a hatchback, it's fully electric, and it costs a whopping 174,500 dirhams in the UAE. By the end of this review, you'll learn more about the Bolt, but also be in a better position to judge if you should spend your hard-earned money on an electric vehicle or stick to a petrol-powered car. Now, the Bolt is a bit of an oddball, and that's because it sits right in the middle of being a hatchback and a compact SUV. Its styling and ground clearance match those of a hatchback, but its height and overall dimensions are closer to those of a compact SUV. Despite lacking traditional components such as an engine, radiator, or an exhaust pipe, the Bolt looks very much like a regular car. And that's a great thing, as the designers have managed to differentiate it from other models in the brand's lineup without making it look awkward. The cabin is a bright, spacious, and pleasant place to be, with a two-tone color scheme livening up the dashboard, door panels, and fabric seats. While there are plenty of convenient storage spaces and large cup holders, there is an unacceptable amount of hard plastic that you wouldn't expect or want when paying over 170,000 dirhams. In the back, there's a surprising amount of headroom and legroom, and since there's no protruding transmission tunnel, the flat floor means three adults can sit relatively comfortably. As comfortably as you'd imagine three adults in the back of a car without rear AC vents, that is. In terms of features, the Bolt is moderately equipped with cruise control, 6 airbags, automatic climate control, and a digital instrument cluster that Chevy calls a driver information center, since it can be customized to show information most relevant to you, such as a timer, average speed, tire pressures, etc. While the 10.2-inch infotainment screen takes center stage and offers Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, along with several charts to help improve your EV driving skills, features such as leather upholstery, mood lighting, and wireless charging are unfortunately not available in our markets and restricted to other parts of the world. Powering the Chevrolet Bolt is a 60 kilowatt battery pack that produces the equivalent of 204 horsepower and 360 Newton meters of torque. While it doesn't sound like much, the Bolt is tuned for acceleration rather than top speed, and so it does feel fast when you put your foot down. Much faster, in fact, than its claim time of 7.3 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour. Like all other EVs out there, the Bolt is equipped with regenerative braking, meaning every time you press the brake pedal, it converts the kinetic energy that was being used to push the car forwards into electricity and saves it in the battery for use later on. While regenerative braking is an automatic process in the Bolt, Chevrolet has added two mechanisms to maximize the benefit of this process. These are Regen on Demand and one-pedal driving. Regen on Demand is controlled through a paddle behind the steering wheel and acts as a second brake to increase the brake force and create more electricity. On the other hand, one-pedal driving is achieved by driving in low mode and at any speed. You can slow down and come to a complete stop by simply lifting your foot off the accelerator pedal. In turn, you maximize your driving range, you reduce energy wasted, and if you think about it, you also extend the life of your brake pads. But now, let's keep all of that aside and answer the important stuff, like how many kilometers can you expect on a full charge? And more importantly, how long does it take to charge? The Bolt claims a NEDC average of 520 kilometers per charge. But since this is unachievable in the real world, the WLTP average of 380 kilometers is more accurate and the number you're likely to see in your instrument cluster. In terms of charge times, it is solely dependent on the type of charger you use. A regular home socket would give you approximately 12 kilometers of driving range for each hour of charging, meaning for a full charge, you'd need 31 hours. A slightly faster charger, such as the one found in most malls, would give you 40 kilometers of driving range for every hour you left it charging, meaning you'd still need 9.5 hours for a full charge. And then there are these super fast chargers that can charge the entire battery in just 1.5 hours. But there's only 8 of them spread across Dubai, and that brings me on to my next point. You see, many people compare owning a petrol-powered car to an EV, but quite frankly, they're hugely different. Sure, the Bolt EV and your regular petrol-powered car might both give you 380 kilometers on a full tank, but the difference is that when you're running low in a petrol-powered car, you stop for 10 minutes, fill up, and you've got another 380 kilometers to drive. In an EV, you need to wait 10 hours before you get another 380 kilometers to drive. What I am trying to make clear is that owning an EV at this current point in time is inconvenient. And to prove my point, I'd like to share a little story. To make sure the Bolt had enough charge to film this morning, I went to charge it up yesterday. And as luck would have it, the first charger I went to didn't work. I drove further away and reached the second charger, which also didn't work. Since I had no other option, I drove even further away to the third charger. Thankfully, it was empty and it did work. But because the car needed 7 hours to charge, I was left with no option but to leave it there and pay a cab to take me to the office. Which, if you think about it, defeats the purpose of having a car. Electric vehicles have been in the market for a few years now, but they've struggled to take off, and it's pretty clear why. They're overpriced and a hassle to live with. If you're hell-bent on driving a car that's good for the environment, then perhaps a hybrid, like the Camry hybrid we recently tested, is a better option. It provides all the benefits of an EV without any of the hassle. But if you want a full electric car and nothing but a full electric car, there's some good news too. The Bolt is covered by a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer bumper-to-bumper warranty. And for those of you who are concerned about the battery, it gets its own 8-year, 160,000 kilometer warranty as well. Thanks for watching.